and then coach will follow down.
We'll take questions for Foster in the chat. First question comes from Chris Solari.
Hey, Foster. Obviously, out of the gate, they scored the first 9 points tonight. From a defensive standpoint in this game, what was the biggest problem? I mean, I'm sure that there were a lot of them.
Yeah, to be honest, looking back on it, I thought our defense, aside from those first 9 points you mentioned, I thought our defense did a pretty good job of following our coverage and executing our game plan. I think that a lot of the issues came defensively from kind of runouts off offense or off defensive rebounds from them, turnovers for layups and things like that. I thought we did a decent job defensively, but we got to limit the easy baskets that were given up because of a bad shot or a turnover.
Our next question will go to Matt Charbonneau.
Foster, I think before the game, Tom said he thought you guys had figured some things out the last few days. Did you kind of feel that coming in? And I guess were you don't ever expect to have an outing like this, but did you feel like things were starting to get figured out too? And is this a bit of a surprise to have this sort of outing?
Yeah, I think we did a great job of the couple days prior, working our butts off to really prepare to go win a game. And I think it was an instance of going out there and not seeing a couple of those shots go down early. I thought we did a better job, having our teammates back and continuing to fight. It just wasn't our night as far as shooting the ball, and I think that led to easy baskets on their end, and also just kind of defeated us.
I was going to ask that. Do you think that slow start was mostly just about the missed shots, or were there other things going on in there too?
It's hard to say. I'm gonna have to watch the film on it, which we'll do on the way back. But off the top of my head, I thought a lot of it was just, getting decent looks and not being able to make that shot or execute that offensive set. And I think that's something that's correctable. That's something that we can work on. Every night's not going to be your night, but at the same time, we gotta find a way to go out there and compete and to put our best foot forward.
Our next question will come from Kellen Buddy.
Hey, Foster, kind of going off of that shooting aspect, it kind of looked like, along with the passing, there were a lot of looks and shots and passes that maybe weren't there. This was kind of something we noticed a little bit against Wisconsin. Was there anything during the week in practice that Tom was telling you guys to work on, suggesting you guys work on, and why did that maybe not translate to tonight's game?
Yeah, I think a big emphasis for us was our cutting and most of all, our screening. Cutting hard to get your teammate open, not necessarily yourself, screening to get your teammate open. I think we did a good job of that throughout practice, but I would agree that's something that we didn't bring directly to the game. That's something that we got to fix going forward, and that's something that we will fix.
We have two more questions for Foster. We'll start with Kyle Austin and wrap up with Brennan Quinn. Kyle.
Foster, just as a captain, how do you kind of lead your team through this from a mindset standpoint? And have you seen things from previous captains, what they've done in situations like this before?
Yeah, I think going forward, we gotta have a gut check. We gotta have a realization that we got to make some changes. We got to figure out what we got to change, and we got to change it. I think going forward, as a captain, I think it's my job and it's our job to realize, we're 3 games into the Big Ten. We have 17 to go. We're not going to be defeated. We're not going to give up on ourselves. We're going to go back and watch our film, learn what we need to fix, and then most importantly, we're going to go out there and make those changes and fix them going forward.
All right, last question for Foster comes from Brendan Quinn.
Foster, just to build on that, at 0-3 in the league, do you want to avoid panicking, or do you kind of want to see, an early, sense of urgency, however you want to put it? Like what's that fine line between freaking out, right, or trying to find a solution?
Yeah, I think in our preparation, there's got to be a, like you said, sense of urgency. There's got to be, like I said, there's changes we got to fix and or changes we need to make and that we will make. I think I think that line comes from, we're not going to give up on ourselves. We're not going to put our heads down, but at the same time, we're going to realize that we got to fix something, and we're going to go out there and do that.
Thanks.
All right, Foster. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be joined by Coach Izzo here in a second.
Coach is about to sit down, so we're all set.
All right, Coach, if you want to start us off.
Hard as it is to believe, where we've been really poor has been defensively, and I thought we did everything just about tonight we wanted to do defensively. 3 minutes left to go. I think they were shooting 38 or 9%. They shot 20-some%, I believe, from the three. Our goal was not to foul. They make 24 free throws a game. We held them to taking 17. Our goal was to not let, Carr go off. I thought we did an unbelievable job. I mean, he had a shot before halftime and a shot in the end of the game that were phenomenal, but I thought we did a great job on him. Our goal was not to turn it over. And the only way they scored early, it wasn't the turnovers. It was a couple of bad shots and missed shots that ended up breakaway layups. They got 3 layups at the very end of the game, or we would have held them. We got 70 shots. We wanted to do that. So I have no problem with our defense. It was our offense and, trying to maneuver some people around, give some people a chance to try to get Rocket off the point because that's what he kind of wanted. We struggled a little bit there, but in general, we had open shots. Hauser had open shots. Langford had open shots. I thought Gabe had some open shots, and we just, missed shot after shot after shot. So the good thing is it wasn't defensively. I'm going to build on that. The bad thing is it was offensively, and I'm going to try to improve that. Questions?
The first question is from Chris Solari.
At this point, starting off with 3 losses in the conferences, how do you keep this group from maybe falling into its own head and keep them thinking, there's 17 games left instead of dwelling on the 3?
Yeah, that's my job. I mean, I get paid to do that. And I said, maybe players had been there. I don't think anybody lost 3 in a row. I think we've lost 2, missed, 1-1, lost 2 before, but I don't think Josh or those guys have lost 3 in a row. So, it is a challenging task, but as I said, the conference is going to be good. I mean, Minnesota's another good team, and but I'm not worried about losing my players. And where I talked about the energy level at Northwestern, there was no problem the last 2 games with the energy level. There was problems with shooting it at one level and a couple of great plays by a great player at the other game. But I really did. I thought we did everything we wanted to do defensively against them, except maybe give up a few layups in the break because they had numbers, because we took some bad shots.
Next question, we'll go to Lindsey Huddleston.
Tom, tough outing. Ironically, the Big Ten Network is showcasing your 2000 championship team right now. I'm looking at my team and others on the screen. You have leaders on this team, Tom, but do you think there's room for growth for an alpha male type leader that can be a little bit more aggressive with the other players on the floor? Because it seemed like the body language was a little flat. Someone who can be like an extension of you on the floor in more of a alpha male type way?
Definitely. I mean, I said that at the beginning of the year, that's one of our issues. We're not, we don't have great leadership. That doesn't mean it's bad. It's just hard to find one of those alpha dogs, as you say. I've had 4 or 5 of them in my whole career. And this team doesn't have that right now, but, we'll see. Because I think sometimes when you sort of hit rock bottom, and we did offensively tonight. I mean, we never had a performance like this. As I say, we shot, I'm just trying to look at the stats. We shot so poorly, 28%, 24%, although they shot 47. And as I said, it was 38. And 24%, and they shot pretty good from the line, but we had more free throws than them. So, I'm not as concerned as everybody, and I wouldn't look at the body language. Guys were great in the huddles and all that. There was the body language. Lindsay is, it's not as energetic of a team, and that's. But tonight, I thought we played harder. We just didn't. When you're not making a shot, that kind of affects your defense some, and it didn't affect it a lot. I mean, Aaron and Rocket, I thought did a hell of a job on that Carr kid. He's a hell of a player. It's funny how much better he is this year than last year because the game slowed down. Now he doesn't care about taking bad shots as much, less at the end of the shot clock. He's really, I don't know how many assists he had, but he's really doing a better job. Hell, we held him to 5 assists, but he's doing a better job of seeing the whole court. And I mean, he did a nice job. He's just a better player than he was last year.
Yeah, thank you, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
Next question is from Brendan Quinn.
Two quick ones. Did you say that it was Rocket asking to be taken off of the 1?
Oh, Rocket hasn't been as comfortable at the 1. So, when I talked to him, I said, I'm going to try to move him to the 2. And thought I'd give Frost a little chance. I needed somebody coming off the bench. So I just tried Aaron there for a day. That's not going to last. But, there's, because I knew we had to have, one Rocket or Aaron in the game at the same time to guard Carr. And so I'm just trying to help Rocket get through, the things he's got to do. He was more comfortable at the 2 last year. And so that's kind of the experiments. I mean, they're different experiments that you got to do. It's sad that you got to do them during the year, but we knew this problem from day one. I did think AJ played pretty well. I think Foster played okay. It's his minutes are going to be what they are. We just got to get somebody else to do some things. And I thought Aaron didn't come in very good off the bench until after he got going. Then I thought he played okay. He played great defensively. He really did.
And you mentioned Aaron, second time this year that you shuffled him in the starting lineup.
No. The first time was because he missed
right.
He was late for something. So that had nothing to do with this.
So what was today's decision?
As I told you, I wanted Rocket and him. I wanted to give Rocket a chance at the 2.
Okay.
Next question is from Matt Charbonneau.
Tom, you talked about AJ a little bit playing there. We saw Marty get a little bit more time than usual. Is this a case of just kind of trying to, you've mentioned it a little bit, but just trying to push different buttons and see if you can find.
It's not Panicsville either. It's not, I didn't do it because I'm panicking. I'm doing it because I'm trying to figure out the right combinations. And I was pretty upfront with you guys when we were winning games. It's no different. I said that was an issue. That's a problem. I want guys comfortable. I want to get Rocket comfortable because I need him. And it was great. He played both tonight and, didn't shoot it real well, but he had to take 3 shots at the end of the shot clock. So it looks even worse. But I thought that, again, running the team, doing the things, we got shots. You got to make shots. Hauser, I didn't think he had 1 bad shot. And I don't know what he went 0 for 6 from 3 or something. And I thought every one of them was a good shot. Wisconsin, they went in, they didn't go in. So, but I also think you guys are going to have trouble realizing that there's other good teams in the league too. And not that we're 25 points worse than Minnesota. Minnesota's on a high right now, playing well. They're 9-1 or whatever. Northwestern, I don't know. They play tonight, but they're, playing as well as anybody, and Wisconsin's Wisconsin. So, I can't look at all those things and worry about them. Marty, we wanted to get in. I said to Marty this week, I'm getting you in the first half, no matter what. He did some good things, handled it pretty good. There were some coverages that we screwed up, but hell, for the first time, he wasn't the problem. AJ did some good things. It was just, we know we're not true pointed right now, and we got to keep working on it. That has nothing to do with missing open shots either.
Next question is from Kyle Austin.
You mentioned you didn't think the body language was bad. How have you seen them just kind of overall deal with the stretch, and what do you need to see out of your leaders?
So be careful to go there, because I think a lot of people are trying to go there, and sometimes my honesty, I mean, look I told you what I thought of the Northwestern, but then when we lose the next game, I hear people saying the same thing, or even tonight. The team was fine. The team was fine in the huddles. The team was fine everywhere. So I got no problem with that. To miss as many shots as we have and still played as hard as we did defensively, I give our guys a little credit. And I'm the first to give them blame if there needs to be blame given. So I don't, are they bummed out when you miss, 9 shots in a row? Hell yeah, you're bummed out. And can you just pull it up? It's not as easy as you guys think or as anybody thinks. But there was no quit in them. There was no this or that. There was no problems in the huddles. Those things were all great.
All right, we have 2 final questions. We'll start with Sam from the Only Colors.
Tom, you said that you were pretty happy with the defense and that the offense was a struggle. Last year, you guys had Cassius and Xavier doing a lot of organizing on both those ends, respectively. Who do you see as really stepping up as the organizer for the defense and for the offense?
Well, defensively, like I said, I was very pleased. So I think we did our job. I mean, do we have an alpha dog, as Lindsay said? We don't have that. It's Josh is trying, Aaron's trying a little bit. Frosty's the best one of kind of understanding things on offense. We're we're searching, but no, we don't have an alpha dog. But I've had a lot of teams that haven't had an alpha dog. Usually it hurts you some until you get going, and that's kind of where we are now. But hey, the head coach got to do a better job too. Maybe he has to be the alpha dog. So I'll try to do a little better job myself. And I just don't know how we missed the number of shots we missed. I really don't, but we did, and we got to move forward.
All right, and our last question is from Rico Beard.
Tom, as you know, you can't always control your shots, but Michigan State has been known for defense and rebound and toughness. And how do you account for the fact that lately it seems like guards have been really able to go out and score a lot of points against you guys? You haven't been able to shut them down like you have in the past.
Well, if you watch the game, that kid earned every shot he got, but a couple. I mean, he really did. I mean, he's been getting 24, 30. He's at a 3-game 30, 30, and 28. We have to pick and choose what we do, but I still think that wasn't a problem. The rebounding looks atrocious, but when you miss, 20 shot or 50 shots, it's going to be hard. I mean, we got 12 offensive rebounds. They had 1 the first half. They got a couple the second half. I mean, we weren't as good once it got out of hand because when you're not making shots, it is depressing. But, that hasn't been our problem either. I mean, we haven't shot the ball great, but we made shots. The last game we shot, almost 50% against a very good defensive team. So I just think that, in all honesty, Rico, we're not, we tried to play Marty, get a little more size and toughness. He got some rebounds, did some things. Julius has not been as good as he had been early, and that's been a little disappointing, but he's gone through some tough times over the holidays. And so we're trying to deal with that a little bit. And, but Kithier did a pretty good job. The big kid hits a 3 early, gets a 3-point play. They're a good team too, and they just beat Iowa. So it's not like they're not good. They are good. And you just can't miss the number of shots we missed, to be honest with you. This time, I don't look at it defensively at all. The positions and what we wanted to do, what we needed to do, Rico, I thought we did. Are we tough enough? No. Are we leader enough? No. But those are the things that were the same problems when we were 6-0 that I talked about, and that we have to improve on. So we're just going to keep working on it. We'll get better for the next game, I promise.
Thanks, Tom.
All right, Coach, that's all the questions we have for you this evening.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Well, Tom's Kithier in just a second.
All right, thanks, Max. All right, we'll take questions for Thomas Kithier in the chat. Hold on a second, Thomas, and I'll get some to you.
All right.
All right, first question comes from Graham Couch.
Hey, Thomas. It looks offensively like you guys are really searching for something you can hang your hat on, something you can go to. And I'm wondering what it feels like out there offensively, relative to the last couple teams where you kind of knew what you were, just what it feels like on the court right now offensively.
Yeah, honestly, we take a couple of bad shots here and there, but I don't think we're doing anything really wrong, to be honest. I think tomorrow in practice, we're going to work on offense, because we've really been focusing on defense the past couple weeks, because that's kind of where our struggles have been. But, having somebody like Cassius past 2 years, 3 years, where he can kind of bail you out of situations, we kind of relied on that a lot. But I just think it's going to be getting down to fixing practice, because we were really focusing on defense the past couple weeks.
Next, we'll go to Chris Solari.
Hey, Thomas, how do you feel your help defense was in the post in particular tonight as a collective unit?
Yeah, I thought we actually did a pretty decent job. Their big kid, he's really solid and a really skilled big. He hit the three to start the game on me. And then he got some over the top plays, which maybe we had some mental lapse here and there. I didn't think we were terrible. This was probably one of our better defensive games of the year. To be honest, in my opinion, I just think, maybe we missed a couple assignments here or there, but honestly, I thought we were pretty decent.
Our next question, we'll go to Lindsey Huddleston.
Yeah, Tommy, what's been the mindset of the players after all three of these losses, when you guys are either in the locker room, traveling back home, or just talking at practice? What has the mindset been with you guys after these losses?
Honestly, just take one day at a time. This hasn't been something we've experienced a lot. My freshman year, we lost 3 in a row. So there's very few guys in the locker room that have dealt with this before. But, we have a coaching staff that's dealt with 3 or 4 or 5 game losing streaks, whatever it's been, if it's been here or other places. So this is going to be a time where we're probably really going to have to lean on them for help to try to figure it out.
Great. Thank you.
Is there anything else for Thomas? All right, we'll go back to Chris Solari.
You mentioned about Robbins. How, when you have an inside-out combination like him and Carr, how do you try to defend that? I mean, is it a situation where you need the guys out front to lock down Carr to shut down Robbins inside, or does it start out inside and work its way out?
I say the way we were covering today, we we weren't really up on ball screens to say, so it was kind of like making sure that we didn't let the guard get to our outside shoulder in a way. But I think that just relying on like a stunt on the help side. I think we did a pretty decent job of it, like I said earlier. But really, our kind of focus into it was trying to slow down Carr. I think we did a decent job about that. Just big guy just hit shots, and he had a pretty good game.
And we'll go to Jim Comparoni.
Hey, Thomas, I'm just curious, what was Tom Izzo's message after the game, and was he calm about it, or was he task oriented? How would you describe him after the game, or at halftime, or both?
He wasn't yelling or getting in anybody's face, same with the huddles. I thought our huddles were pretty good today. It was just really just telling us after the game, we got to keep our head up. Like, this stuff has happened before, or maybe not, as I said, with these groups particularly. But it's just like something where we're gonna have our backs against the wall. And, everybody's shooting for you because we're 3-time Big Ten champs. So we're gonna get everybody's best punch in the mouth in a fight. So it's just how we're gonna respond to that, and we'll see how the outcome is in the future.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
All right, and seeing no further questions for Thomas, I'll let you go. Thanks for your time, TK.
Thanks.
All right, and that's going to wrap us up here this evening. Appreciate you guys joining us. Thank you.
Thanks, Matt.
Thanks, Matt.